And we return for another night of Coyote Volleyball as the Lady Coyotes, led by Coach Yamashiro, prepare to meet the Park University Gilbert Pirates in a key non-conference matchup. That's right, playing against some of the reserve squads of the Park University Gilbert Pirates. But nonetheless, it's going to be a good match. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for joining us live here on the Chandler-Gilbert Sports Network. I'm Matt McCurdy, and we are live from the beautiful Coyote Center on Pecos Road, just north of the 202. It's Tuesday, September 16th, 2025, and a pretty good audience on hand as these two colleges from just down the road near each other come to play for this exciting match on a Tuesday. Now the Coyotes coming off a battle match to the Glendale Gauchos last Friday, led by head coach Lisa Stuck. For all those watching on the home stream last week, a good game to watch on a good Friday night. A veteran of the game, Coach Lisa Stuck, and a highly distinguished coach not only here in the Valley but in the NJCAA conference as well. Coach Stuck working her team to victory that game. The Gauchos coming in with a 3-0 victory over the Coyotes in a hard-fought 3-set sweep with standout players such as the freshman libero Jordan Doogie, an absolute force on the court, dominating the back row with 10 digs against the Coyotes and making a huge impact for her team. A few other key players in that matchup. Michaela Shepston, you saw her large and in charge, leading the team on Friday in kills with 10. Shepston also contributing with 11 digs and 3 service aces, so just an all-around great player and added talent to the team. Sophomore Kylie Malone also hitting the court hard, the talented, high-energy player with 8 kills on the night. And the Gauchos really taking advantage of the leads when gained, in my opinion, never taking their foot off the pedal. The few times you saw the Coyotes take an advance and maybe take a lead, the Gauchos got right back in the game and took back control. And that's what makes a championship-level team. Obviously, Glendale coming off a very successful season last year, finishing the conference, securing the #1 seed, and not winning the tournament, but pushing deep into the NJCAA regionals. The Coyotes played a strong and hard-fought match against the Gauchos, which we all watched, with all 3 sets competitive until the end. However, the Coyotes seemed to lack that rhythm at points during the matchup, losing momentum at the most critical parts of the competition. So they'll take the defeat last Friday, but they're back here on the court as both teams line up for the national anthem and starting lineups here at the Coyote Center. We'll take a quick timeout for that national anthem so we can pay respects to the flag and this great country we live in, and then we'll go straight into the starting lineup.
Good evening and welcome to Chandler-Gilbert Community College. Tonight's match between your Coyotes and the Disney Park. If you are able to please move your hats when you are.
So we'll go to the starting lineups for tonight's match-off between Park University Gilbert and your Coyotes. Number 2, Ashley Estrada. Number 10, Marissa Morehouse. Number 13, Naya Mola. Number 14, Layla Lee. Number 16, Brianna Bowman. Number 19, Haven Lick. And number 30, Alondra Sanchez. With head coach Priscilla Tukia. So now we'll turn our time over to the Chandler-Gilbert Coyotes and their starting lineup. Number 1, Bryn Aganu. Number 4, Kennedy Amarias. Number 5, Sydney Metcalf. Number 7, Kia Crafter. Number 11, Elena Kitch. Number 13, Riley Blagg. And number 14, Sage Salazar. And of course, head coach, Andrew Yamashiro. So, as seen here, the Coyotes taking on Park University. And the Coyotes coming off two of the toughest teams in the conference, both these teams that they've recently played, Mesa and then obviously the Gachos, Glendale, are leaders this year, but leaders last year as well, with Mesa securing that Region 1 championship and Glendale in that first seed. So both really talented teams. And truthfully, that makes me excited for this season because we've seen what the Coyotes can do, right? We've seen them against some of the most talented athletes in this conference that they'll face, and they've got a lot of power, a lot of athletes on the court. They have a strong back row, and now they've really played the biggest dogs that you're going to have out here. So while they lost in those first couple games, this is an opportunity to see what the path ahead really entails for the Coyotes, what they need to do, what they need to build upon to be competition ready in this tough conference in this Region 1 area of Arizona. So both teams taking to the court. Park Gilbert led by the great coach Priscilla Tukia. Tukia begins her second season with the Pirates, and Tukia, former University of Honolulu alumni, attending a full-ride academic and volleyball scholarship there at the college. And in 2020, her and her sister opening the Tahane Volleyball Club here in Arizona. Doing an excellent job there as well. Refs for tonight's games: Gigi Prieto, Kaylee Rowe, Alexina Radway, and Aldo Ariano. We sure appreciate them coming out tonight to officiate this great game of volleyball here in beautiful Chandler, Arizona. So both teams on the court. We're just waiting for the whistle to get this game started, and off to the races. Park University starting with the ball, and that's Ashley Estrada, the sophomore from ALA. She'll send it over. It's up. It's good. Amarios with the bump. Sage Salazar, big swing, and she'll start the match off strong as Sledgehammer Sage brings it down with some authority early, putting the first points on the board. So they'll take that away swiftly from Park University, and that'll be Hallie Gibbons with the serve. Bumped over to Park University. They'll tip it over the top. Out to Metcalf. Metcalf, light and easy from the back row. Good communication from the Coyotes. Sage Salazar with a big swing. It's blocked. Metcalf on the opposite end. Tips it over. Big swing from University. Salazar, second attempt. She'll dip. It's just short. And now come off the net. So Sage Salazar, not enough power on that one. Trying to switch it up from her two outside hits that she sent over with some strength. And now be Park University, number 13, Nea Moala. In the middle, number 13, and Morehouse puts it back up. Bumped over by Amaryllis. In the middle once again. Big swing from number 13, Riley Blagg, as Marissa Morehouse, former CGCC volleyball athlete here just last year, Great to see her playing on the court again and advancing her academics and also college athletics to the next level over at Park University. But Marissa Morehouse will try to get that one up. It comes down too strong, and that'll be a Coyotes ball. Number 2, Grace Johnson will send that over for the Coyotes. Good serve. Morehouse with the up. Pushed outside. Park University and a block from the Coyotes. As Lick sends it up and over. Down the middle, they'll attempt again. Big block from Park University. And Blagg with the big swings over the top. That will be from Park University that time. Number 14, Layla Lee. Doing a great job in that middle position. She'll take a big swing and find the sideline as the Coyotes are unable to defend. So now Park University picking it up on their end of the court with Lee sending the serve over. It's good. Amaryllis with the up. Johnson out to Sage. Big block by Park University, saved by Salazar and popped back over by Amaryllis. Outside, Amaryllis with the good dive and save. They'll pop it out to Becker. Becker just getting there in time. They've got blocks, and that's Aubrey Becker taking the big man position and sends the block right back down on Park University for the point. So the Coyotes already coming off at a good start. We saw last time in their game against the Gauchos, just felt a little slow, a little out of rhythm compared to what we saw before, and Marissa Morehouse will save that ball on the Park University end. Coyotes keep it alive, out to Becker. Becker, big swing. Blocked and sent back over. And now Amaryllis with a swing of her own. Amaryllis playing quite a few positions for the Coyotes this season. Johnson down the middle to Blagg. Blagg trying to find a sweet spot here on the far end. She'll just miss it by a hair. That'll be outside as Park University Pirates pick that one up. Number 30 headed to the line, Alondra Sanchez. Johnson down the middle. Amaryllis, a little dip over the top. They'll push it way deep to number 19. Good swing, but the Coyotes pick it right back. Blagg over and up. They'll try it again. It's tipped off the fingertips. Johnson tries to get it up and just comes under that a little rough. So Johnson not getting her hands underneath. Won't get the set up and over. And that'll be a quick point for the Pirates. Sanchez back at the line. Good swing. Johnson pushed out to Becker. Becker sends it down with some authority. Comes back over the top, and Blagg's there to recover. Becker, big swing again. It's good. Aubrey Becker with the double trouble swing, both attempts. The first one's no good, but she'll make the second one count and send it back over to their end as Blagg takes position to serve. And you got to love that. Aubrey Becker, first few games out here as a Coyote, seeing some great power moments, and that'll be a great serve from number 13, the freshman, Riley Blagg. Played a majority of her time as the middle blocker here tonight. She'll get that one nice and easy over the top as the Pirates can't recover. So a quick one for the Coyotes, 5-4 on the board early. Blagg with a good one. Down the middle for the Pirates. Send it up, Johnson outside to Blagg. Blagg to Becker. Becker, big swing. It's tight on the line. And Becker, big arms in the block as number 16, Brianna Bowman, tries to hit it from the middle position. And Becker will say no to that one. So Aubrey Becker coming out with some force here tonight. Some big swings, a lot of energy behind her game tonight. And some nice blocks as well. Blagg with a nice serve. And a miscommunication between Morehouse and number 30, Alondra Sanchez. Bit of a misread. I think Morehouse felt like she had that, and Sanchez will get her arms underneath it as well. So that'll go out of bounds as Blagg gets to serve it again. It's up, pushed out to number 19. She'll find the sweet spot, but Johnson's there with the pancake. And Becker, another big-time swing. Finding the opportunity high off the net. She'll bounce it back down on the Pirates' end of the court. So Becker with 4 kills already here tonight, if I'm not mistaken. And Black will send that one off a little tricky. Number 19, Haven Lick. Can't find the arms underneath it. It'll go bouncing off her out of bounds and be a quick Coyote points. Coyotes quickly taking the lead here in the first part of the game, 9-4. And it's good to see the Coyotes with a little more momentum and energy than we saw against the Gachos. The Gachos coming in here as a powerhouse and a force to be reckoned with, and they'll take that game 3-0 last Friday. But this is why it's so good to have some of these non-conference games here in season, just to reevaluate, see what's working, what's not. They've had a great opportunity to see what their game looks like against some of the best talent in the Valley between Mesa and the Gachos, and so now they get to work on it, right? They get a chance out of that conference record, and any effect to what they're doing. Get to try it out, play it out, and see what works. And it's good to see players like Aubrey Becker taking the full advantage of that here tonight. So they'll come out of that huddle as the Park University Pirates put a game plan together and try to climb their way out of the deficit. And Riley Blagg is back on the line. Morehouse with the up. Outside to Lick, I believe. And she'll bounce that one and send it flying off Coyote hands. So the Pirates capitalizing on that timeout from Coach Tukia. And that's the difference a good coach can make. I mean, a coach can call a timeout, get your team back on track, and lock it all back in. So the Coyotes will keep that one in, nearly laying it out. They'll bounce it back over from the back row. Big swing and right down the middle. And that was number 13, Nea Moala. So Park University with a couple quick points coming out of that timeout. Number 19, Haven Lick sends it over, and that'll be out of bounds with a little too much strength from the serve. Cats will take back control as Sydney Metcalf and Elena Kitch check back into the game, subbing out for Aubrey Becker and Grace Johnson. Kitch will serve for the Coyotes. It's up, it's over. Good line of sight as she sends it to the opposite corner and sends Lick diving for it in an attempt to save, and that'll be out of bounds off the Pirates' hand. So Coyotes with a quick point, 11-6. Kitch, nice tricky set over the top. Crafter with a big swing at the middle line. Sent back over by the Pirates. Amaryllis tries to get there in time, just barely nicks it over. Bigger swing this time. And she'll find her way inside line. Amaryllis, we've talked about some of the athletic ability she has to play that back row, but also contribute as an outside hitter as well. So great swing from the freshman. Park University running out of bounds to save it. Kitch outside to Amaryllis. It's a little far, but she'll send it up and over. But can't quite get her feet underneath her as she's diving outside, or out of bounds rather, to save that one. She'll put it right into the hands of Park University, who will send it right back down to the Coyotes. Marissa Morehouse now at the line. A good serve. Coyotes will retrieve it, send it out to Becker. Becker, big swing. Outside to number 13, Moala. Kitch to Crafter. Crafter with a crafty one at that, tipping it over, sending the Pirates into a scramble. As the Coyotes will dive onto the court, that was number 3, Zoe Lastine, with the attempted save, but it was so high up in middle of the land. She didn't have the length to get there. That'll be a Pirate point, and Marissa Morehouse will retain control on her serve. Good serve from the former Coyote, Marissa Morehouse, as Amaryllis with a big swing from the outside, but the Pirates blocks were just too much, as that was number 13 and 14 from the Pirates. Nea Moala and Layla Lee with a big wall there. Morehouse with the up. Kitch to Crafter. Crafter with a quick swing, retrieved by Park University. A back row push over the top. Crafter with another one, and it's good. Kaya Crafter seeing her opportunity. She'll send it flying over the middle line with no answer back from the Pirates. So Kendi Amaryllis will now serve. Pushed outside. Big block from Crafter. And the Coyotes bench liking that one, feeding off the energy from their teammates on the floor. As Metcalf and Crafter do some front action blocking. Pitch out to Salazar. Salazar with a little tip. Pushed outside to Moala. And she'll ricochet it off the fingertips of the Coyotes. Park University will pick up that one. Coyotes still maintain a good 4-point lead here in this first set. But the Pirates are doing a good job trying to catch up. Safe Salazar with the up. And a tricky tip over the top from Elena Kitch. Seeing the open opportunity in no man's land as they prepared for a bigger swing. She'll send it right over and take advantage of the points. Good serve from Park University. Crafter with another swing. Looks like they'll call it as out of bounds and in favor of the Pirates. Ashley Estrada with the serve. Kitch to Metcalf. Metcalf. She'll send it pounding off of number 2. Ashley Estrada can't answer back from the onslaught of attacks from Sydney Metcalf. As Hallie Gibbons sets it up and serves. Another little misread from miscommunication rather from Richard Morehouse and Nea Moala. Gibbons with the serve. It's up, it's over. Moalo with the up. Pushed outside to Sanchez. As Gibbons gets it back out. Metcalf, big swing. Toss over the top. Out to Salazar. Salazar with some authority. And a whistle blown on the call. As they'll call the point in favor of the Coyotes. Looks like a potential violation at the net. And Gibbons will remain control of the serve. Down the middle line, out of bounds. And that was number 30, I believe. Alondra Sanchez. Swing at the middle. Moala with the out. Morehouse with the second hit. Pushes over to Sanchez. Sanchez will bump it over. Amaryllis down the middle, and it's just a little high. As Pirates try to tip it back over. Pirates out to Sanchez. Sanchez with the recovery. Big swing from Salazar. Morehouse with the up. It's recovered by number 2 and swung back over. Amaryllis with the up. Outside to Salazar. Salazar tips it over. Pirates trying to recover. They'll recover it well. Metcalf, big swing, sideline. As it comes flicking off the fingers of Marissa Morehouse. Pirates in a scramble to regain position after a tricky return throwing them out of rotation. So another timeout called by the Pirates. That'll be 19-12 on the board as Coach Tukia works with her reserve squad in this exciting matchup here on a Tuesday night at the Coyote Center. We'll take a quick timeout. So some good attendance from not only the Coyotes, but also Park University Gilbert as well. Some fans there in the audience cheering on the Pirates reserve squad here tonight. Looks like they may have brought a flag as well. Fitting for the Pirates to have a flag. So Hallie Gibbons back at the line, maintain control of her serve. 19-12 on the board, and as the Coyotes take the lead early here at the Coyotes Center. Moala with the first. She'll go for the swing as well, and it's out of bounds. Just didn't quite get enough under that one. I think hoping to put a little more down spin on the ball and put it in the Coyotes' court, but it'll go a little high and out of bounds. Gibbons, good serve. Morehouse with the up. It'll hang out in the back row, and Morehouse will send it back over. Flag, big swing. It's recovered. Sanchez finds the middle spot, and Gibbons tries to recover, but can't get there in time, so that'll be a point for the Pirates off of the big swing from Alondra Sanchez. Sanchez coming out of Salinas, California. Moala, big swing, Amaryllis to Salazar, working up the middle line. Gibbons outside to Metcalf. Metcalf, big swing, and it's good. As Metcalf bounces off the arms of number 14, Layla Lee, who's looking for that block, but couldn't close the gap in time. Coyotes now back in control with the serve as Johnson will send it over. Outside to Sanchez again. A little high, trying to recover that as Gibbons just puts it right on the net line as an easy steal away for the Pirates, and they'll pop it right back down. And that's always tricky when you're in the game, trying to make the recovery, don't necessarily have the position, so you take a blind swing and miss the mark by just a bit. Tip over the top, and Becker will send it back as the officials, a little misplay there. Double hit in favor of the Pirates, so the Coyotes will lose the point there, and the Pirates will take over control. Number 14, Layla Lee at the line. Gibbons, good transition, and Blagg with the big snap right at the top. Amaryllis is there to recover. Pushed outside to Becker. Becker, big swing, blocked by the Pirates. They'll try again. Blagg scoops and throws over the top. Pushed outside, big swing. Amaryllis with the one arm up. Becker will pop it over. Good recovery by the Pirates. They'll push outside. And the Pirates run that outside the line. And that was number 19, Haven Lick. A good attempt, a big swing, just missed the mark by a minute. Celestine with an ace on the play. She sends that one right close and tough to the net. Coyotes 1 point away from a first set win. If I'm not mistaken, their first one here on the home court. Becker with the up. Outside to Johnson. Amaryllis, big swing, but blocked by number 16, Brianna Bowman. Number 30, Alondra Sanchez. Send it over. Up by Lastine, outside to Becker. Becker, big swing, cutting through the defense. She'll find the perfect pocket between two defenders on the net. And she'll gain the point for the Coyotes. That'll be 25-15 here at the Coyotes Center in the first match. between the Park University Pirates and the Chandler-Gilbert Coyotes, and if I'm not mistaken, their first winning match here at the Coyote Center after 2 tough games against conference rivals. So they'll now switch sides and go to make a clean sweep here at the Coyote Center. We'll take a quick timeout, and we'll be right back for some exciting volleyball between Park University Gilbert and your Chandler-Gilbert Coyotes. So the Coyotes coming out of an impressive first match win against Park University. Ending that match, I believe, 25-14. And what I believe, if I'm not mistaken, first winning match here at the Coyote Center on their home turf. The Coyotes playing this non-conference game against Park University after a couple tough losses to local conference rivalries, Mesa Community College and the Glendale Gauchos. Current conference rankings, Mesa Community College currently ranked in that first position with a 3-0 record. Glendale Community College following closely behind, also at a 3-0 record. Scottsdale Community College right after that in the third seed with a 2-1 record. Pima Community College in the fourth with a 1-1 record. Your Chandler-Gilbert Coyotes currently 0-2. Phoenix College in the 0-2, and lastly South Mountain in the last seed with an 0-3 record. The Coyotes having a good run in some preseason games, winning several on the road in the Pima Aztec Classic, as well as playing against Glendale early in the season in that Classic as well, going the full 5 rounds. So the officials will check the rotation, make sure everything's in order and in place before we get started in this matchup. And Park University, a regular non-conference competitor against the Coyotes, as they're just up the street off of Gilbert Road. So quick little jaunt down here to Pecos Road at the Coyote Center, and these two teams can head off and get a little practice time, some good time for the reserve squad as well, with some of the players being from that starting lineup as well. Amaris will send it over from the Coyotes. They'll push it back over. Johnson to Metcalf. And Metcalf with a little bit of a high swing there will miss her mark and send it out of bounds. So Pirates with it up and over and put back up by Johnson. Salazar, nice little toss over the top. Morehouse will have to send it over right off the net, and Sage Salazar will take advantage of that one. And she'll see it up high, reach over, and send it right back down onto the Pirates. You gotta love when your team players are out there taking advantage of easy shots. Hallie Gibbons with a nice serve, just barely finding the back end, drops it right down near the line, and that'll be an easy point for the Coyotes as well. Gibbons coming off an injury last season, having to redshirt it, and now getting to play on the court. It's good to see her up and going. Pushed outside number 19, Haven Lick. Just miss her footing there and send it crashing into the net. I apologize, she'll get that one over, it'll be good. Slipping it by the defenders, so now Haven Lick will send the serve over. Amarillos with the up, Johnson outside to Salazar. Big swing from Salazar with Marissa Morehouse trying to bring it back up, but it'll come off her fingers. As Grace Johnson will check in, and Aubrey Becker as well. Johnson with the serve. Pop back up by the Pirates. Outside. And big swing for number 14's Layla Lee. Layla Lee, outside hitter from Tolson, Arizona. Playing at Centennial High School before time here with the Pirates. Morehouse puts it up and over. Salazar on the opposite end. And Sage Salazar with some pinpoint accuracy. She'll find her mark in the back row against number 19, Haven Lick, who just can't get it up in time. And Zoe Lastine will swing. Outside. Out of bounds from number 6, Molly Akins. Coach for the Coyotes coming out and giving some direction to his squad. Making sure they space it out properly and can defend the court. That one will go crashing into the net on the serve. And Alvarez will send it over. I apologize, Sanchez. Alondra Sanchez will send it over. Cats will be unable to get that one back over, so it'll stay in Sanchez's possession. Johnson, Amarillos. And Amarillos with a big wind-up and swing right down the middle. And that'll be a kill for the opposite hitter-setter. Morehouse. Outside. And it's all over the Pirates as it ping-pongs between players. That'll be out of bounds. So Riley Blagg serving for the Coyotes. She's did an excellent job in the middle position here tonight. Alvarez will get it up. And big swing from Akins. Finding her mark in her first few minutes here on the court for the Pirates. Checking in, we got number 5 coming in for number 14, and that's Sorry Vigil. So Vigil will serve for the Pirates. As Lestine keeps that one alive and pushes out to Becker. Becker blocked by the Pirates. And the Coyotes trying to recover after that big block from Molly Akins, who sends it thundering down. That's number 5, Vigil will send it over. Lestine trying to get there in time, but the ball will drop just in front of her. She tries to dive and recover. Coyotes cheering on their squad. You always love to see it. And Azaria Vigil will crash that one into the nets. Becker checking out for Sydney Metcalf, and Elena Kitch checking in for Grace Johnson. Kitch finding the opposite sideline. A tricky serve to recover from as Alvarez Sanchez sends it back over. Crafter, big swing down the middle, recovered by Morehouse. And blocked by Crafter and Metcalf. And you can feel the energy off of that one as they walk away with some pride and power off the big net block over the Pirates. Outside, number 19, Lick. And Lick find the perfect place to stick it as she'll land it in no man's land. And the Cats will dive to recover. And that's the difference between great playing and great volleyball IQ. Knowing when to swing, knowing when to find the open spot, knowing the light touch versus a powerful touch. And that one will be just a bit too much power as number 6 rather. Molly Akins will send it way over the top and into the back end. So the Cavs will take control, and that'll be Kennedy Amaryllis with the serve. Sanchez with the up and popped right back down by Sydney Metcalf. Metcalf seeing the opportunity. She'll attack and pull up big for her team, 11-9. It's plays like that when the athletes take advantage of their talent, their athleticism, their size, and the opportunity that makes for a momentum change for the team. Salazar with a little tip. And they'll call it in favor of the Coyotes. And she finds the perfect little spot behind the blockers. And drop it right outside the out-of-bounds line. Amaryllis with the serve. And now come crashing just in the middle spot between a set and a bump. It's Alondra Sanchez trying to know which one to go with. Amaryllis, another great serve. Pushed outside to Malolo. I apologize. That was Brianna Bowman. Still trying to adjust the roster and all the faces playing the game here tonight. So Bowman with the big swing. Will get blocked and stay in Coyote territory. Amaryllis with a hard swing outside to Lick. Lick finding the opposite end of the net up high. Number 1, Bryn Aguano will try to dive, but way up near the net. She can't recover it in time, so that'll be a Pirate point. Pirates trying to dig their way out of the hole. 14-10 in the second set. As number 12, Maya Vila sends the serve. Salazar with the up. Crafter in the middle. And a nice fast play from Elena Kitch and Kia Crafter. As they'll send it fast and heavy right over the top. Allie Gibbons back at the serving line. It's good. As Moala sends it over. Metcalf swings of her own. Big block by the Pirates in a scramble. And Amaryllis with the back row rally over the top finds the perfect position and will send the Pirates into a scramble. After some great blocks and a little rally between both teams, the Coyotes coming out triumphant in that one. And they'll retain control, pulling them over the edge. Coyotes, 16. Gibbons sends it over, and that one's long. As it's a quick point back to the Pirates. Hallie Gibbons checking out for Bryn Aguano. And Haven Lick will send it over. Salazar with the up. Kitch to Blag. And Blag just a little high. Potentially hoping to have it tip off. As she didn't get up and underneath it quite enough. Amaryllis with the up. Johnson to Metcalf. Big block by number 16, Brianna Bowman. Timing it just right to block the power of Sydney Metcalf. Lick in possession, and it'll come off a little too, just right off the tip of Amaryllis' hands. So she'll not be able to get up underneath it, and I'll go crashing into the net. Lick with the up, saved by Kitch, and Salazar will bump it over. Outside Mola, and she'll send it home. Moala, a powerful outside hitter and freshman for Park University from Avondale, Arizona. Originally playing at West Point High School here in the Valley, it looks like. So a timeout called as the Park University Pirates start to make their comeback here in the middle section of the second set. 15-16 on the board, and Coach Yamashiro will talk to his ladies and try to get them back in rhythm, back in momentum. Some great looks, though, here tonight from the Coyotes as they take that first set, looking to control the game all the way through and catch their first win here on the home court. Obviously not a conference game, but nonetheless the momentum they need to play in this conference. And Joe and I have talked multiple times here on the broadcast about the talent of this team, and obviously last year facing some devastating injuries and just not having the pieces they needed to compete all the way through. And so this year, Coach Andrew Yamashiro with the helm at the ship here at the Coyotes, for the Coyotes, and a good roster to compete this year as well. So they're putting everything together and working their magic, testing the pieces, and hoping for a win here tonight. Haven Lick into the net. Exactly what the Coyotes were hoping for. They'll sub out Sydney Metcalf and Aubrey Becker. Checking into the game with Grace Johnson. And Metcalf and Elena Kitch will check out. Grace Johnson at the service line. And just a great serve from the setter. Grace Johnson knowing where to set herself up positionally, and you can do a lot of damage on your serve if you can do it just right, finding the perfect position and targeting the defense on the other end. So Salazar will keep it alive. Johnson to Becker. Becker tips it over the top. Outside. Big swing blocked by Blag. They'll try to toss to the back row. Amaryllis is there. Johnson outside to Salazar. Salazar big over the top. Marissa Morehouse with the up. Molala with a little dive, but it's kept alive by Iguana. And Amaryllis is there to recover in the back row. Morehouse. It's pushed down the middle to Bowman. And Bowman will make her mark. Finding the target, and she'll fire. Brianna Bowman coming up big right down the center. So Marissa Morehouse serving for the Pirates. Amaryllis, Johnson, and Becker. Kept alive by Morehouse. And now Alvarez. Actually, Lick will send it back. I believe Blag will send it home. Sage Salazar checking out for number 12. Fiona Hanrahan for the Coyotes. And get some good motivation from the vet, Sage Salazar, and you got to love to see that from a fellow teammate and really leader for the team, and that one will come down on the Pirates, just not having the people in place to get it back over. So good point there for Fiona Hanrahan. Big swing, comes off nice and tight. Moala tries to get it there, but she'll send it crashing into the net. But some good motivation from the leader of the team, Sage Salazar, one of the returners from last season, and made a huge impact for the team in last season's games. Obviously, the team not going as far as they would have hoped to in conference, but nonetheless, great moments from the team players, and Sage Salazar being one of those great athletes and now mentors and leaders for the team. We've seen that here on the court in every single game. So a timeout called out on the clock. 21-16 here in the Coyotes Center as the Coyotes try to take their second set against Park University Gilbert. We'll take a quick timeout and be right back. So we're locked in and loaded for this second part of the second set here at the Coyote Center. Park University Gilbert and your Chandler-Gilbert Coyotes going head-to-head in this non-conference match, but nonetheless an exciting one, and thanks to everyone showing up here in person. A good audience on hand, and we thank everyone watching on the live stream as well. Johnson out to Becker. Becker, big swing, comes off a little late, and now go crash into the net. Quick point for the Pirates coming out of their huddle as number 2, Ashley Estrada, the sophomore from Santan Valley, checks into the game, as well as number 14, Layla Lee. Estrada will send it over, and it's just shy of the net. That's a tough one. Looks like she was trying to just do a light touch serve and have it land deceptively close rather than put it in the back row, and that will not work in her favor that time as Blag will send the serve over for the Coyotes. Pushed up and out to Sanchez, and Sanchez will find her mark in the middle of Coyote territory. Blag checking out for Iguano, the primary libero for the Coyotes. New freshman to the squad as well. Number 5 is Zeri Vigil. We'll send it over. Good up and push out to Becker. Becker, big swing off the fingertips to the blockers, and it's good. Aubrey Becker, once again with another great kill. As number 9, Mia Hutchinson checks into the game for the Coyotes. Once again, you just love to see the support from the girls as some of the reserve players come in and start playing, getting some minutes on the court, and that's what you want to see, the cohesiveness, the chemistry, and really the buy-in to Coach Yamashiro's culture. And that's a great serve from number 11, Elena Kitch. In the perfect position right off the arms of the Pirates' back row. Kitch in a good rhythm. She'll send that one over. Marissa Morehouse with the up in the middle to Akins, who pops it in the right spot. That'll be a Pirates possession. Akins in the back row, the freshman from Queen Creek, Arizona. Good spot positioning. Outside to Hutchinson. Big swing from Hutchinson. And that was Haven Lick, who will bounce it off of the defensive line. Pirates up and over. Aguano out to Hutchinson. Good spot. And great ball recognition and read from Mia Hutchinson. With the ball just a little further back than she may have liked, but she'll set herself up just right and get the final point for the Coyotes here in the second set as they take the cake, 25-20. So 2 sets now won here on the court. They'll head into the third, looking for that clean sweep. So already the Coyotes showing their abilities. And this might be the confidence boost needed after some of those tough losses. You know, it's really those little moments that can make the big difference. Any team in this league can compete, and we've seen that. We've seen the Coyotes not get trampled by some of their other conference competitors. They keep up just fine, even against the Gachos just last week where they lost in a 3-0 sweep. They played the full 3 rounds all the way through. It was never a huge disparaging amount of points that they lost by. It was neck and neck the whole way through with a few moments here and there with errors. So they have the ability, they have the prowess, they have the athletes available. And now I think it's just about the confidence, and that's what a game like tonight can really be for the Coyotes. A starting point, kind of a match on the fire to really get their season off the races and really take them to the next level. So we'll take a quick timeout as both teams prepare and set up for this next set here at the Coyotes Hour. We appreciate you joining in. I'm Matt McCurdy. We'll be right back. So you're tuning into the third set here at the Coyotes Center on a Tuesday night as the Chandler-Gilbert Coyotes take on the Park University Pirates reserve squad in this non-conference game. The Coyotes off to a great start, winning the first 2 matches with some room to spare. And now they look to pull a clean sweep here at the Coyote Center. And Sage Salazar will kick that one off to the races with the absolute hammer. Bring it down with some power. And you just know with Sage Salazar, that's what you can expect to see night in and night out. Tremendous power, tremendous athletic ability, and that's something that we're sure will carry her through this season, but also in to potentially playing at another school after this as well. Speaking of another school, Marissa Morehouse playing for Park University here tonight. Looks like she's just about to check in for number 14. Layla Lee. So Marissa Morehouse playing for Park University, as said before. Morehouse, a former alumni of Chandler-Gilbert, playing here just last season and making a big difference for the team, and just one of those key players. Great attitude and someone that you can definitely rely on to show up for the team and hustle every single game, and that took her all the way to Park University as she explores her academics and athleticism at the same time. So Coyotes 2-1 right now early in this third match as Grace Johnson will send the serve from the back end. Good serve from Johnson. Morehouse will get it up. It's kicked out to Moala. And Amaryllis with the dive save. She'll save it. Salazar there to bump it right over. Morehouse down the middle line to Bowman. Bowman with the up. And it will be saved. Johnson out to Hutchinson. Hutchinson, big swing but blocked by Nea Moala. With the perfect timing and the big block for the Pirates. So Pirates with the serve, and Salazar, big swing. And we'll send it off of the defense's hands as the Pirates try to pursue. Can't get there in time. That'll be a point for the Coyotes. So Lestine with the good serve. Outside to Moala from way deep. Kept alive by Lestine. Johnson to Hutchinson. Hutchinson wind up as the Coyotes chase it down off the big block from Alondra Sanchez. So a bit of back and forth in these first few possessions. As Pirates will check a few players in and out. And number 12, Mia Vila at the line. Johnson to Amaryllis down the middle line. She'll come flying in. Kept alive by the Pirates, and Moala will send it back over. Johnson to Amaryllis again. Big swing, blocked. As it rides the net, it looks like. Didn't even go over to the defense, so no real block there. It'll just slam into the net and come back down. You gotta love the power that Kendi Amaryllis brings to the game, just throwing it all into it. Hutchinson from the back, nice spot placement. Kicks it out to Moala. Nice little dive up and over, but it will ride the line and go out of bounds. And the Coyotes will take control. Checking into the game is number 17, Jada Bonwell. Getting her first few minutes here at the Coyote Center. And Blag with the serve. Outside. Kept up by the Coyote newcomer. And a little dance on the court from Zoe Lestine with a little bit of an out of balance back row swat. She'll find the mark and get it over to keep the ball on the Coyotes end of the court. Blag with the serve. Down the middle to Akins, blocked by Hutchinson. Outside, Delick, and she'll ricochet that off Amaryllis. And out of bounds. So the Pirates keeping up in this one, answering back and looking to take a win and set it into a fourth match. Moala with the serve. Right in the center. Johnson outside. She'll set up number 17, Jada Bonwell, with her first kill. A freshman middle blocker. A little noise here on the court tonight. Once again, another great benefit of these non-conference games where they get to play and just test things out and really a chance for coach to test some of his roster players, some of his non-starters, and see what they're made of, see what they've got to offer and how that rotation works. So Kitch to Metcalf, and a big block by Molly Akins. Akins coming in at 5'10" with a good amount of height on that line. Big swing from Bonwell. Kept alive. Amarillo will send it over. Moala sent it outside. Metcalf with the up. Kitch to Amaryllis. She'll power through and now be off Moala. Amarillis with a big time windup, and she'll secure the points, sending herself to the service line. A nice drop. She'll send it hard and drop it just a foot away from Nea Moala, who tried to get up under it, couldn't get there in time. Moala with the up this time. She'll put it out. Number 14, a little dash over the top. Outside to Salazar. Salazar, big swing. Number 2 out to 14. Big swing. Kept alive by the Coyotes. Metcalf, Salazar. And they'll call it out of bounds with a potential touch on that one. Line judge feeling that it had potentially been touched by the Pirates on the way out. That'll be overturned by head official, Gigi Prieto. And that will remain in the Pirates' control. Number 2, Ashley Estrada will serve it over. Down the middle, blocked. Salazar, big swing. Moala with the up. Comes up too close to the net. Pirates trying to recover, but that won't be up and under the net. So now Hallie Gibbons will serve for the Coyotes. Moala with the touch to Bowman. Bowman, big swing, kept alive by the Coyotes. Salazar gets blocked by number 14, Layla Lee. The opposite middle blocker from Tolson, Arizona. Coming in at 5'9". And she'll use every inch of that to power up and make the block on the veteran player, Sage Salazar. So Marissa Morehouse will serve for the Pirates. Amherst with the up. Pushed out to Moala. Blocked by Blagg. And rolled off the fingertips of Blagg as Alondra Sanchez with a little tip on the way down rather than a powerhouse swing. Just dodging the defense just by a half second, and that'll be in favor of the Pirates as Morehouse gets an ace off the serve. Splitting it right between Amaryllis and Aguano. Morehouse with another serve. Good line as Aguano keeps it alive. Salazar smacking the line, and the Pirates will take advantage and will take the lead. 11-9. Morehouse in possession. Iguana with the up. Kitch to Metcalf. Morehouse pushed outside to Sanchez. Salazar way outside. She'll nick the pole. Out of bounds violation. A little miscommunication from the Coyotes. This is pushed a little too deep. And outside the line as Sage Salazar off balance tries to keep it alive. So Morehouse will remain in possession. A good spot. Salazar with the up. Flag over the top. Moala, a little tap over the top as well. It kept alive by the Coyotes. A little Hail Mary there. Kitch to Blag, blocked by Bowman. Back and forth, Bowman, big swing off of Blag's fingers. Kitch, Salazar, wind up, and brought down by Brianna Bowman. On top of the Coyotes, right at the line. So the Pirates feeling a change of momentum here in the third set as they do everything in their power to stay alive and keep this competition going. Coach Yamashiro will call a timeout for his Coyotes, seeing the change in pace and overall momentum for the team. So stay tuned. Now's your chance to go grab a drink. This one may be far from over, and we'll be right back. So a quick timeout. Hope you had some time to go to the bathroom, grab a drink, maybe a snack. We're back. And Marissa Morehouse still in possession. Way out to Salazar. She'll take 2 steps, get there in time. Bowman tries to get there. Morehouse with the up. And Moala with the up and over. Amaryllis outside to Salazar. Salazar, big swing. And it's out of bounds. She tries to get behind it, but just can't get there in time. So Marissa Morehouse leading the march and doing some serious damage here in the third match. As the Pirates take their most significant lead here in tonight's game. Morehouse, after several consecutive and great serves, she'll send that one into the net. Sydney Metcalf checking out, as well as Elena Kitch, as Grace Johnson and Aubrey Becker check back in. Mia Hutchinson also in as well. Moala, big swing. Amaryllis with the save. Outside to Becker. Becker with the deep corner dish. And just eagle-eye spot placement from the freshman Aubrey Becker. Seeing the open hole way deep, she'll opt for a soft touch and push it for the easy point. Johnson. Moala with the wind-up. She'll bump it. Johnson, Hutchinson, sideline swing. Down the middle, Morehouse from the back. That's a good one. Sends the Coyotes in a scramble. Black over the top. Morehouse with the recovery. And they'll toss it from the back row. Amaryllis. Johnson, Hutchinson. Blocked by Brianna Bowman. Once again, with some just spot-on timing from Bowman, the freshman middle blocker from Coolidge, Arizona. And boy, she energizing the Pirates bench as she puts up block after block for the Pirates. Hutchinson now with the swing, another block, this time from Sanchez. Becker. Morehouse is there to recover. Moala right down the sideline. Johnson's there. Becker recovers it. Johnson will keep it alive. Morehouse. And now Sanchez with the recovery. Bumped by Blag. Pushed out to Hutchinson. Hutchinson, big dish. Tried to block on the line. It's a fight right at the net. Moala, tap over the top. And they'll call it on Moala for a 2-touch. But a great rally from both teams on that one. And you gotta love games like this. Energy high, good audience on hand, and just great volleyball between two teams. Johnson to Blag. Blag with the laser. And Blag, freshman middle blocker, bringing some height to the team as well. That won't be out of bounds by Zoe Lastine. So number 12, Mia Vila from Lanai City, Hawaii, will serve. Johnson out to Hutchinson. Hutchinson too far out, tries to get there in time, but it's no good. So a few errors here by the Coyotes in the third game. Just a few misreads, and that time that will be a good read by the Coyotes, seeing that ride the line out of bounds. They'll let that one fall, and the Coyotes will take back control as Riley Blag heads to the line. Blag with a good serve, kept up, and out to Moala. Lastin, Johnson, Amaryllis. And she'll send that right off the fingertips of Marissa Morehouse. Blag with the serve. Moala from outside trying to swing back around. And she'll send that one into her net. So Blag leading the march and getting the score back up, 16-17. Akins will send that into the line, Judge, and he'll call that out of bounds. All tied up here at the Coyote Center in the third match. Blag to Moala. Outside to Lick. And Lick sending the Coyotes running. An attempted save from Grace Johnson. Chasing that one down into the stands. And Zoe Lastine will try to keep it alive and pop it back, but not enough power under it. Moala with the serve. Aguano gets it up. Johnson out to Hutchinson. Hutchinson, just great spot placement. Hutchinson with the dish over the top. So perfectly placed it in no man's land. That's a point for the Coyotes. Kitch. And Lick will try to keep it alive. It's good. It's over. Coyotes. Kitch right down the middle. As Bonwell sends it right into the defensive line. And reaction time will fail him as it goes out of bounds. Quick timeout called as Coyotes take the lead after what was the biggest deficit in tonight's match, as the Pirates had taken a swift lead of 4 or 5 points, and now Coyotes back on top. So both teams will go to their huddle, and the Pirates will see if they can pull a win here in this third match and send them into a fourth for an opportunity to redeem themselves and play all the way to 5. We'll take a quick timeout, and we'll be right back. Both teams coming out of the huddle, lively and ready for the last few of this third set. And Elena Kitch will serve it over. Pushed outside to number 14, Layla Lee. Amaryllis, big swing, blocked. But pushed out of bounds by Molly Akins. And just not much you can do off that. A good power swing from Amaryllis and a good block from the front line as well, but it won't go in their favor. Moala with the up. Outside to Lee. Kitch, Amaryllis. She'll take a swing again, and this time, no blockers to call back. She'll put it down right on the opposite side. So another good kill from Kennedy Amaryllis. Kitch with the serve. Outside to Lee. Lee from a little further back. Kitch to Metcalf, and Metcalf with perfect placement spots the defenders and sends it right over their arms. Kitch, another great spot on the serve. Lick this time, blocked, but kept alive. Coyotes send it back over. Lick with another attempt. Sliding right by the front line, and Kitch with the last attempt dive. Can't keep it alive. That'll be a point for the Pirates. Akins with the serve. Kitch down the middle to Bonwell. Aguano outside to Metcalf. Metcalf, big swing. Right on top of number 14, Layla Lee, who wasn't quite ready for that one. As Metcalf slices right by the front two defenders. Kennedy Amaryllis checking out the game for the first time yet here tonight, and number 8, Bentley Forsgren, with her first few minutes. Dished over by number 12 in a tricky play. Maya Villa just trying to top it over the net and send the Coyotes into scramble. Will be called in favor of the Coyotes. So Coyotes now just 1 point away from a victory here on the home court, 24-19. Both teams will go into a huddle and see if they can stop this one from being a Coyotes takeaway and clean sweep here on the home court. First one of the season. I gotta say the Pirates have played a great game here tonight as well. Obviously, still have a little bit more to go, but nonetheless, great effort from the reserve squad and some excellent coaching from Coach Tukai. And a lot to be proud of on the opposite end from the Coyotes. We've seen some great movement, hustle, team effort, and really a lot of good communication as well in those tense moments, even here in the third, as pieces started to fall out of place. Momentum was lost, and Pirates took a significant lead. Coyotes locked back into the direction of Coach Yamashiro and have managed to kick it back in gear and take the lead. Coyotes send it over. It's back on their end. Kitch outside to Becker. Becker, big swing. Tiptoed off the line. Lee kept alive by Guano. Becker with another swing, and it's good. Becker putting it right between the defenders and the net. It will drop on Pirates court, and that will be a full sweep game for the Coyotes. First win here on the home court in front of the home audience. 25-19 here in the third as they come out victorious after a few rough games in this game against their neighbors, the Park University Pirates. So once again, a lot to be proud of from the Coyotes and, frankly, the Pirates as well. I mean, just a fun game overall. You know, and as said earlier in the broadcast, for those of you who've been joining all night long, we appreciate you being here. But this was a great game to test all the components we've been seeing in these last 2 games where the athletes are there, the talent's there, all the components for a great and competitive team in this highly competitive conference are all there. And this might just have been the spark that lit the fire for the Coyotes. Obviously, a lot yet to see, a lot more to this season to go, but nonetheless a great win for the Coyotes on their home court. And so many pieces coming together. I love the discipline, the momentum they were able to take from the get-go. And even when things got a little bit tough, pulling it all back together, we sure appreciate Park University for coming out and playing a game here, obviously out of conference, but taking the time to play and once again just get some reps in with your Chandler-Gilbert Coyotes. Big thanks out to Gigi Prieto, Kaylee Rowe, Alexina Radway, and Aldo Ariano for officiating tonight. We'll try to get some interviews potentially with a few of the athletes. And we'll be right back. Thank you for tuning in, and stay tuned for more. So just, you want to sit here, I'll sit here, and then
Oh, okay.
interview and I don't think it does now, so we'll just sit here.
Oh, cute. So
Okay. So, Aubrey, thanks for joining us on the broadcast. Oh, you might have to pull one ear off. Sorry, it's a little bit, that we can't hear through. Great game tonight, obviously. I think first win here on the home court, right? And your first year here as a Coyote. Joe and I talk off broadcast, or the other co-commentator, and you've been bringing a lot of power, authority to the game. How do you feel like tonight went? What was different than the past 2 games you played, and what were your biggest takeaways from tonight's game?
I was really trying to practice on getting off the net and getting open to, like, if the set was off or the pass was off. So I really practiced on loading out, getting out far, and it gave me, like, a better ability to swing and, like, take different shots. And we really just worked on covering. In last game, we didn't really have that coverage.
Yeah.
So I think we did a lot better this game covering, and we practiced that in practice, like, the whole time.
Absolutely, no doubt. No, I think you brought a lot of power, a lot of coverage, and it showed tonight, obviously. And the past 2 games here on the home court, first one against Mesa, the second one against Glendale, which you guys had played earlier in the Pima Classic and went the full 5. Obviously, those 2 teams being ranked one of the top 2 teams in the conference, kind of fighting it out there. How do you guys feel playing those teams early on in the season like this? And now what's the mental preparation, kind of seeing what the conference has and what you guys have to do to compete?
I mean, we took Glendale in 5 in a tournament, so I think we went out and we were like, we can do this.
Yeah.
And we just got a little ahead of ourselves. But I think we have the power to be just up as much as them, like in the same ranking.
Yeah.
But we really just, like, put it in our head that we can just do the little things and not always swing against those teams, maybe, because they're liberos. Like, everyone's really good.
Yeah.
So really just persevering through everything.
Absolutely. No, I think those are such key pieces. And obviously, we saw a lot of pieces come together tonight. And I think Joe and I talked about that. There's some really good moments we were seeing in all those games, even taking Glendale in 5 matches all the way through in the Pima Classic. And tonight, kind of getting to see those pieces come together in this win against the Pirates. Obviously, new coach, Coach Yamashiro, his first year. How are you liking the culture? What's the team dynamics? It seemed like you guys are having a lot of fun tonight.
Yeah, it's really different. We have a lot of freshmen on the team.
Yeah.
So we're all, like, really close, and I think that helps out a lot.
Yeah.
And coming from Havasu, I was so scared about this team, but they really just, like, let me open. And I think having, like, a really strong group of people, like, helps you play better.
Absolutely.
And the whole team's, like, really close. So,
yeah.
And Coach is so great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it definitely showed tonight. You guys seem like you're having a blast, and it's fun to see the leadership cheering everybody on, and then obviously getting to see some of the reserves on the court as well tonight was just a blast. So you played great.
Thank you.
We're excited to see where the season takes you, and thanks for joining us on the broadcast.
Thank you.
I think we have one more interview. Yeah. Okay, I will. Yeah, sounds good. So that was Aubrey Becker joining us on the broadcast with after just a tremendous great game here on the home court and leading her team to a victory. Obviously, you saw the dominance there on the front end, doing her role tremendously, not only as an outside hitter, but also blocking off the net. So we are waiting to see if we can get Kenny Amaryllis here on the broadcast for a few more questions. We'll see if she comes out, and if so, we'll do an interview there as well. But once again, a great game for both teams. And just to give a little idea of how competitive this conference really is, the NJCAA D2 volleyball rankings. In the first seed, obviously Cowley County Community College, then Kansas City, Kansas Community College, Kirkwood Community, Heartland, Johnson, Parkland, Gulf Coast, Pensacola in the 8th, Iowa Central in the 9th, and then Mesa Community College in the 10th seed. So, and this is a big conference, lots of players, lots of teams a part of the NJCAA Community College Athletics, the one of the largest, if not the largest. So Mesa Community College ranking in that 10th seed spot. And just following shortly after that, a few slides down, 5 to be exact, Glendale Community College. So the two teams that your Coyotes played first, Mesa and then Glendale in conference, two of the toughest teams not only in conference, taking that first and second seed, but also two of the toughest teams in the nation, taking that 10th and 15th seed. A bunch of other teams in between there, and then as we make our way down, this is the top 25 list. Scottsdale Community College coming in at that 24 seed, currently with a 4-2 record. So it just goes to show the amount of talent here in the Valley. 3 of those teams ranking in the top 25 in the nation against all of their community colleges. And Arizona is just one of those states that attracts great talent, attracts great programs, coaches, probably some of it which to be doing with the weather, but also just a good foundation for all the teams locally as well. So we have some great talent here. We'll take a few minutes to see if we can get Kenny Amaryllis here on the broadcast, and then we'll be right back. Thanks for tuning in and staying on. talk and everyone can hear you on the broadcast.
Okay.
And it's Kenny Amaryllis?
Yes.
Is that how you pronounce
Yes.
it? Okay. All right. Well, join us on the broadcast. We got Kennedy Amaryllis. And Kennedy, you played a tremendous game tonight.
Thank you.
I think everyone watching on the broadcast, and there's Aubrey as well, everyone on the broadcast saw how much athleticism you bring to the court. And really, and Joe, the other commentator, we talk a lot about your athleticism on the court and your ability to play a variety of positions. And so really seeing that full scope here. Obviously, first win here on the home court.
Yes.
So what was the mindset coming into tonight's game? How do you feel after the win? And just walk us through that whole process.
I feel great after the win, obviously. I think that, like, these past 2 losses, like, they sucked, but it pointed out our flaws. It made us realize, like, it helped us moving forward to work on. So I feel like on practice, we really worked on, like, our flaws and, like, what people, showed us.
Yeah.
And utilized us. So I was so excited. We set goals for ourselves before the game. And so I feel like mentally we were all, like, ready and, like, we all wanted it, like, together.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I think that definitely showed tonight.
Yeah.
Everyone coming together and playing as a team, and the chemistry was there. Even with the reserves coming, not necessarily starting the game, but coming off the bench, everyone was very supportive. And obviously a new team. You're a freshman on the squad.
Yes.
What's the dynamics? Aubrey mentioned there's a lot of freshmen this year.
Yes.
And obviously, he was assistant coach last year, but now head coach.
Mm-hmm.
What's the culture like? What's the chemistry like? What's your experience being in that locker room?
Honestly, like, I love it. Usually, like, with, like, a team comes, like, girls, how girls are.
Yeah.
But I feel like this year, like, everyone clicks. Everyone, like everyone does their job. Like, everyone, like, outside the court and on the court, like, gets along. And I feel like the chemistry is so good that, like, on the court, it makes it, like, you can trust them. Like, you trust everyone. Like, like, they're going to be there for you. Like, just, like, the chemistry is good, and which makes it good on the court and off the court.
Yeah.
So I think we're, like, really strong on and off.
Absolutely. Well, and that makes such a huge difference, especially as you advance through the conference.
Yeah.
Not only having that support when you're playing, but also being able to cheer each other on in the ups and the downs of the season.
Yeah.
And you mentioned those first 2 games, obviously playing Mesa and Glendale, and those two teams being not only ranked high in the conference, but also in the nation, taking that 10th and 15th slot, I think. And so you mentioned playing those teams up front, it kind of was eye-opening.
Yes.
Saw what you could do, but now looking after playing some of the toughest teams in the season early and leading to what you're going to be doing the rest of the season, how do you guys feel about the rest of the season and where you guys are headed?
I think the rest of the season, like, I think we're going to be, like, stronger and better and more as a team. I feel like playing the stronger teams, like, they're great teams, and they showed us, like, what, like, we can do better on. So I feel like that was good because now we know what people can, like took advantage of.
Totally.
Like, holes in the block or whatnot. So I feel like now, like, gonna go play them, like, we're gonna be ready and, like, mentally want it because we know what they do. We know, like, what we need to fix.
Yeah.
So I think it helps us a lot. Like, win or losing, we see what we need to work on.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's great to be able to map out a little bit of your season in advance and see here's the route we got to take to get to where we need to be.
Yes.
So, as I said at the very beginning, you kind of play all positions out there on the court, and you do a great job. I have to ask, out of all the spots you play, which one do you like the most?
I love right side hitting.
Yeah.
I feel like, like, being a lefty, it's just, like, my calling. I love it. Like, that line shot, I just love.
Yeah.
I'd say right side.
Right side,
Yep,
okay.
I love it.
Well, you definitely know how to play that side, so it makes sense. Kennedy, thanks for joining us on the broadcast.
Thank
you played
you.
great, and
Thank
we're
you.
excited to see where the season goes for you.
Thank you.
Awesome, thank you. Awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Well, everybody, that was Kenny Amaryllis joining us on the broadcast with a post-game win interview. And obviously, they're hyped up about the season. I think we all are after watching a game like that and seeing the potential. The embers we saw in Game 1 and Game 2 really playing out here on the court under the leadership of Coach Yamashiro. And clearly he's at the helm of the ship and leading it to success. And And it's good to hear that the team is enjoying their time playing, not only on the court, but off the court as well, with a great culture and chemistry behind it. So excited for what comes next. Obviously, another game here on Thursday at 7 p.m. And let me look who they're playing. And that will be the women's volleyball team here at 7 p.m. Thursday, September 18th against Central Arizona College. Another non-conference game, but a chance to test the wheels out on the court and see what works and what doesn't, and capitalize off the win and success here tonight. We sure thank everybody for joining us here at the Coyote Center, but also on the broadcast. We want big thanks out to Athletic Director Russ Luce, all the wonderful staff here, Coach Yamashiro, and the ladies women's volleyball team. Coach Steve Silsby for the starting lineup and national anthem, as well as running the tech. And just a big thanks to everyone who makes this possible. I'm Matt McCurdy, and we appreciate you tuning in. This has been a presentation of Chandler-Gilbert Athletics. Thank you, and good night.